Woo, we on YouTube. All right. I need to mute this. And down here. All right. I want to tweet this out real quick, and then we'll give it a few minutes and then get started. Okay. Imagine if YouTube had like a at channel thing, right? Like at followers. So make sure everyone sees it, but you can only use it like once a month or something, right? Or it costs money to use it. I can't type while y'all are watching me. Make everybody look away, guys. It's bothering me. We're live. Come join us at link for some live design reviews from some incredible designers. If you are hiring or just want to learn more about design, come join, ask questions. Be live for an hour or so. Yeah. All right. Gotta pick the perfect gift though. We're live. Y'all are quiet. What's going on? What's a good gift for this?
Ooh, Baby Yoda drinking coffee.
Yeah, Baby Yoda. I mean, it works with everything, right? Where's? Come on, where are you at? I see the vertical one, but there's a horizontal one. Baby Yoda coffee. All right, let's get on with it. We're live. Come join us for some design, incredible designers. If you're hiring or just want to learn more about design, come join and ask questions. We'll be live for an hour. That's why there's so many spelling mistakes in my tweets. I literally read it once. I would have done like, all right, cool, probably good enough. And then you get to people that just complain about the grammar mistakes. Like, remember when you could tweet about anything? Like, it didn't matter what you wrote, like how you structured your grammar and whatnot. Now you just get, oh goodness. All right.
I gotta say, there must be like huge amounts of pressure on the PM at Twitter who's been holding back on the edit feature on that. You know?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm actually kind of surprised that hasn't happened yet. I get why though, but I mean it'd be nice, right? Like at least if you do it, you could include the previous version, right? Somewhere, somehow, and just show like the edit. That I think that would be helpful. But yeah, I can see why though. All right. Let's see. Give it a few minutes and then we'll get going. Let me check out this Figma. All right, so we still got 5. Okay, Shy's got hers in here. Cool. All right. Well, y'all want to get started? Cool. Okay. Well, let's just jump into it. So again, keep an eye on the attendees panel. If you see anything, make sure some people get in. And those that are in here on Zoom and as a panelist, again, ask questions, be a part of the conversation. Feel free. And maybe we'll have time at the end to just do some random chat like we usually do. Cool. Well, just wanted to thank y'all for how many months have we been doing this? 3 months of classes. And it's been really cool to see how much y'all have learned. I mean, you are all already talented, don't get me wrong. But just the progression over those months is incredible. I hope you're all, pretty proud of what you have accomplished and gained. And hopefully you realize, and I'm sure most of you already knew, that you could read a design book, you could read articles all day long, right? You could take courses and classes all day long, but how are you going to learn? You're going to learn by doing over and over and over again, right? That's how you learn. And for some of us that trying to add so heavy in here. For some of us that maybe we work on a product all day, right? A good way to learn as well is to try to do something different, right? Go work on a landing page or something like that, which incorporates a lot of different design techniques. Go work on a different mobile design for something. The more you can broaden out in some areas, the more your thinking can change over time. But again, it just comes down to practice. Let's hop in here and do a couple design reviews. Who wants to go first? Anybody? Zohaib, I'm adding you in here right now. Zohaib, since you just got here, and I know you like to be part of conversations, feel free to jump in and chat anytime, okay? Give feedback, ask questions, whatever to help conversation, okay? So I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna hop over into Figma and and we'll go from there. I'm not staring at y'all, I'm staring at my screen, trying to find out which window. Let's see. Figma. Yep. We'll do it. Okay. All right. Who can share? Yeah, just me. All right. Who wants to go first? I'm gonna zoom out here. This is about how much work we gotta go over today. Okay. So not a lot. But some really good stuff. So who wants to go first? I see some smiles, but no volunteers.
Adam and Dan, I can go.
All right, let's see. Wait, was that Tom? Mark?
Mark, yeah.
Okay, I can't see it. I can only hear voices. I can't. Okay, so Mark. All right. Excited to see this one. Okay, here we go. Let me get it situated. Y'all see my screen? Yeah? Okay. And yesterday people were saying hide the UI. I am not gonna hide the UI, okay? Because in case I need to jump in here and whatnot. So, but if it does start to bother everybody, just say, hey Dan, maybe you should hide the UI, okay? But we're not getting too perfect right here. All right, Mark. Talk to us. You got a few minutes here. Just lay it out.
Okay, shout out. Hey everyone, I'm Mark. I'm a freelance web and mobile app developer from Hull in the UK. I took Dan's course. I thought it was a good opportunity to kind of level up my UI skills. So even though I'm not a designer, I'd definitely recommend any future classes from Dan, existing designers, devs like myself, all levels really. Yeah, because like as Dan was saying, I've signed up for a large number of online courses over the years. I think Dan's approach, having a live class, briefs and deadlines, 100% best way of learning for me anyway. So my final project, one of the other goals of taking this class was also for me to kind of finally put together a personal site, a portfolio. So while this isn't quite where I want it to be just yet, I guess personal sites are never fully complete, but I'm happy the direction it's heading. And yeah, can't wait to kind of get building it and put it live. But yeah, as you see there, the story behind this site is this little guy, me as an action figure. Just a little bit. Oh,
Oh, so I got you highlighted here, Mark. So you can move the Figma around and hopefully it follows.
yeah.
Not, I'll take back over.
It all seems to beach ball exactly when I'm trying to do live stuff.
All right. You want me to,
So-
you want me to
so
take
yeah.
over, scroll for you?
Hey, can do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
All right.
try
I'll do that.
and,
You just tell me where to scroll, and I'll take care of it. Okay.
No, it's not. It zooms in. All right.
All right.
Yeah. So the principal story behind this is you're looking for a freelance developer. So I've equated that with being in a store where you're buying an action figure. It's probably a good start as you've only really got the trace of me. So that's just how I like it. So as we scroll down there, there's a bit of continuation. Just picking up with an image of myself. I'll probably go into this a little bit more, but here's some little snippets of some blog posts where you can probably see the action figure just coming to life a little bit more there. We'll break down into some case studies, some existing projects I've been working on. And then, just a little snippet there. I mean, I haven't got a newsletter, but if I'm building a portfolio, then why not go for it and go all out. So probably with this first bit, this header up there, and probably have some like Easter eggs. So if you can see there's a little action figure just lying on the floor. So I'm thinking maybe you could click that, and then if you go to the right there, Dan, then that will unlock like a dark mode variant. You can then click the figure again on the floor there, and then go back to light mode. But just something there, just a little bit to play with. Yeah, then so you can this is pretty much the same as the home screen. But this is the about page. So this is the point where you've picked me as a freelance developer. You've opened up the packaging, so you've got me there as the action figure. And then as you scroll down, then you can read a little bit more on the back of the box about me. There's a little kind of highlighting some of the skills slash functionality of the figure, the ability to sit down. It's pretty key for a developer, I think. Then go to again some blog post again. Then just some action shots just to kind of highlight the figure a bit more there. And then probably the same page, and then probably the next page after that I think is the contact page. So this is just a very simple kind of one page full screen thing that I can maybe share a bit more. But that's so that's me on the phone. Very clever there, the contact page. So then this is the blog posts I was speaking about. So again, it's just playing more on the action figure idea, kind of trying to put the action figure in different scenes. So that was a blog post about Dan's mentorship course there. Again, so just kind of trying to bring the action figure into the theme of the post. And just, that's probably it in a nutshell there.
Very cool. These these blog posts, man, are just so good, so good. I mean, just this whole project, I really really like. I like that it has a focus, right? It's like it's this action figure, and the cool thing about it is it's telling a story throughout the whole thing, right? So and you know, as designers, what are we? We're storytellers, right? Every design that we do is telling some kind of story. And on Mark's portfolio here, you know, he's starting out the homepage where you have the toy that's on the shelves. You know, you're in the store, you're buying it, you're getting to know it a little bit. You first seeing it, right? Makes so much sense when you put the context in there. And remember, context is absolutely everything when it comes to design. So we've got the context here. And you know, from there you start in the store, you know, maybe the store's at night, what you know, it's really cool. And then you get the action figure, you take it home, or you get in your car because you can't wait, you know, rip it open. And you pull out the action figure, you know, it's kind of now here by itself, and then you got the back of the box, which just goes into so much cool little detail. It's like every time you see this action figure, it's just a nice, happy surprise because you're thinking, oh, well, it might, surely they didn't do more than that because that's really cool. That's a lot of work. And then every little detail, like, what? And they did that and that and that. It just keeps getting cooler and cooler. And this is just incredibly funny, right? Makes all kind of sense here. And then you can follow the action figure through their adventures, continuing the story, other chapters in the story, right? Through these blog posts. And it just, the detail here is so cool. So you're you know, I know you have a developer background, but you're clearly thinking like a designer, right? And it's what's been so cool to see, you know, through all the work you've been doing throughout this class, Mark, not only this project, but all of it. The little details here of the added, you know, little like handwriting thing, it just provides so much value. I really like how Mark created this photo too. If we look at this photo, you know, it's actually Mark was not really there in that room. He was somewhere else, and but that he you know, really liked the style of that and cut himself out and put it on there. You can create your own content. Think about that, right? Mark could have just had I forget actually. Do we want to look? Yeah, let's take a look. No, I'm not going to take a look. The other photo, like the original photo, you know, might have not had the right background or kind of called your attention away from it. Whatever it was, you know, Mark wanted something else in his mind. He had something else, and instead of resorting, right, to an image that just kind of worked, he didn't really want it. Uh, he started to think that, oh, you know what? I can create exactly what I want. I don't have to go reshoot something or whatever, spend all this money. I can create it. So we went over how to cut out things in class and create your own content, design your own imagery. And you know, it doesn't have to be this big header thing. It could be little things like this, where you're designing your own content, okay? And that's a very clever little thing that you've done there, Mark. Um, I think the typography is great. You know, how it kind of, I think it ties into your developer background, which is really, really nice. So it's kind of on brand and everything. Um, um, you know, these things are great. Every little call out here. Lot of really cool stuff here. Also there. Where was the here? This is one of my favorite shots of the action figure. Just zoomed in and close. The only thing here that I will say, and I think I might have mentioned it before. I think you definitely improved what it was before, but I think there's still some contrast and accessibility issues here on this text, right?
Yeah.
And I think you probably know that. So you know, the thing we would do here, and there's accessibility and contrast issues because it's blue on this bright pink, and it can be hard to see. I mean, we can see it, you know, but you know, it could be hard to see. It's kind of on borderline. So we could come up here and just make that white, right? I think it's still in line with everything, and we could dial that down to just like that, right? And what that's going to do is two things. Number one, which is most important, make that text really stand out, right? And be really legible. Two, when I undo that, check this out. What do you see? All you see is a bunch of white boxes, right? So how do you counteract that? You dial them down because the boxes are not what's important. The content inside is what's important. The boxes just add a little context to what's going on. You're like these little tags or whatever they are. But the real beef is this. So you just, I mean, you can even potentially make the boxes blue, right? Instead of if you want to keep that color combo. So if we tried that and then we came here, let me see what this is going to look like. I mean, maybe, right? It still hides the box. Actually, I had it 40%. Maybe, I don't know. Something to think about and consider, right? By the way, here's the thing. Whenever someone tells you you should do something or you need to do this or that's going to be better this way, they don't know until they tried it, right? You might have tried all kinds of things and people can tell you, oh, you should do this, you should do that. I just tried the switching it up, right? Dark blue didn't really work as good. Lighter blue worked well, and the light white worked really well. But someone might just came in here. Oh, you should flip that. You should flip that, and that's it, right? So even in design feedback, context is important. Don't make assumptions. I think right here, these things like this, right, where you got the text in the input field. We definitely want to tease text like you're doing here, right? But in this instance, and design's opinion too, right? My personal opinion is that this text is a little too light. It's just right. I mean, just kind of right there. So when I'm in this instance, what I like to do, and I know you're using C4, which I think is a good color. But I just think in the world that it's in right now, this design environment, it might go a little bit darker. So anytime I'm like, okay, is it too light? I don't know. I just make it darker, just a little bit darker, right? It's always safer to just go a little bit darker. And so in that kind of instance, my design opinion right here, that could benefit. Look how much darker we can go. And it still feels like just placeholder text, right? Right now, I'm still going. Right now, we're probably kind of pushing it, right? So there was a lot of room to increase that and just to ensure a little bit more accessibility, right? I think too, also in this area, since everything is so white on blue, right? A lot of really bright white right there. I would just come in here and like dial that down just a hair. Design opinion, right? What that does though is it lets this shine and then these clear actions shine, right? And that's kind of what we want when you put it back. It feels like a big block of white, which is okay. It works, right? And it's a lockup, so you're treating it as a lockup. But I think, remember, even within lockups, we want some clarity, some contrast, right? Just to help guide someone through the story. And I think doing things like this will help a lot. Yeah. Let's see. Let's keep cruising. Beautiful idea showing the package there. I mean, incredible. Really like this a lot. Yeah, all the way you've told the story when you're creating your content, right? You're not just typing something out. You're adding value here by adding to the story, putting this your action figure on the canoe as the eye in ship, which is really cool. Like how you're doing different fonts, typefaces for different things. I think it's really cool. It makes a lot of sense because every story is different, probably, right? Every adventure is different. and I really like how you're doing that. So the only thing here I want you to just remember, take note of, is we got well, the way it's broken down, I think is okay. I was gonna say a lot of like widow stuff going on here, but this is an example where when you have it where every word is on a line, and we're gonna count this as one word, you know, because it's got the number and then the year, so we'll let that slide. But you know, if you had one more word up here somewhere, it wouldn't work. But the way you've got it, I do think works. Um, One thing you could do though is when you have, remember when you have all caps, when your headlines are all caps, you really want to try to tighten up that vertical spacing, that letter spacing, the line spacing, right? Whatever everyone wants to call it. You want to tighten that up because you have room now, and I think that would help this area feel a little bit stronger. It's already incredibly strong, but you know, all these small details equal one big detail. This is phenomenal, right? I think we all enjoy this. I think we all really love and would just browse this action figure idea is something that makes you want to continue through the story and continue down the page. So you're teasing continuation absolutely everywhere because of the story you're telling, but also in your designs, the way you've laid it out, you're teasing continuation absolutely everywhere. And so this is a really really good design. Nice work, Mark.
Cheers, Dan.
All right. Let's see. Anybody else want to say anything about Mark's while we got it right here? It's okay if not. Okay. Who wants to go next?
I don't mind jumping in because who knows, I might have to get pulled away back into the day job again.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, do you want to try to drive or you want me to scroll for you?
Yeah, I can drive. I can try to drive.
All right, I got you locked and loaded here. Floor is yours.
Cool. Sounds good. Thanks, Dan. Hi, everyone. My name is Ali Tarek, and I'm a product designer based out of Waterloo, Canada, which is like the headquarters of BlackBerry, if you're not familiar with Waterloo. I took this class because on my day job, I work in it's a growing company. It's a SaaS-based company that basically delivers training to frontline workers. And so in my day job, I work on SaaS platforms. Don't really get much of a chance to practice stretching my design skills on landing pages, marketing pages, and just stretching my creativity a little bit. So I joined this class to challenge myself on that front and learn from a master like Dan and the great class that he's put together. So yeah, I'll just get right into the thick of things over here. Mine, unlike Mark's, which was a continuous story on one site, mine is sort of like a collection. I guess I'll show you a highlight of each of my projects as I went through this class. The first one is something I called Open House, and it's essentially a landing page. I made it for both desktop and mobile. And this was, I wanted this final project to be an opportunity for me to try all the different types of elements and principles that we learned in this class and just to apply it on a single project. So, I practiced with imagery, created some of my own illustrations, and also took the opportunity to create a couple of mobile app screens as well that I wanted to showcase on this landing page. So here's the hero section of the landing page. I wanted to really draw the user in. and through some feedback that I received in the last session, felt like I needed to add a little bit more of the context within which this app was meant to be used. So I brought in a little bit of that in the background, and continuing to tell more of that story of the value proposition of why they would want to use this app, and going further down into the individual features of the app. So just like highlighting different sections of the mobile app itself. I wanted to try using gradients and vibrant colors because, like I said, I don't typically have that opportunity to do that in my day job. Going down the list of features here as well, adding some illustration work, call to actions, and a footer. So yeah, I took that concept and then also created a mobile version of it too, which is essentially the same thing, but on a tighter mobile real estate. That was that for my final project. So I'm not going to spend too much time on these previous projects, but I'll just like quickly highlight them. On this project, we were given a brief to put together a landing page or some sort of a design work that utilizes black and white and focuses mostly on typography, so around 98% typography work. So I decided to take the opportunity to create something a bit more sci-fi-ish or abstract, something that feels like it gets pulled out from, the space age of the 60s, 70s, blended in with like modern artwork or design direction. So I put that together here with bold typography, blending in some modern typefaces with some more vintage looking ones. Yeah, and just like playing around with grid layouts and really letting the typography shine through. And so that's that for that project. This was another project that I put together to practice on just dashboarding skills. I also don't have experience in dark UI, so I wanted to take that opportunity to do that. So this is just an above the fold section of the dashboard page for tracking ETFs or stocks. So that was a really good opportunity for me to play around with dark UI and some data visualizations as well, blending text and numbers. And this previous project, this was a project where we were challenged to put together cutouts of images and tell a story. So I put together a page for a fundraiser, an awareness site to save the tiger. So I'm using a whole bunch of layers of cutout images here, trying to create a multi-layered environment, if you will. Where with the tiger peeking through, and just telling and revealing some more information about the tiger that I thought was important. Again, using a combination of bold colors and strong typography to tell the story of the tiger and how you can, just hopefully trying to draw the user in and trying to motivate them to get to know more about the tiger and to do something about the cause. And then prior to that, practice putting together a landing page for a social network. Here I was trying to challenge myself to kind of blend something that felt a bit strong, professional and serious with something more modern by using some gradients. And again, some splashes of vibrant color. So also highlighting a couple of sections of the actual app itself. Putting together some social proofing to hopefully pull in the user and get them invested and really trusting this page through its clean but professional kind of look. And that's that for that. And this last project that I have to show here was just this challenge was around putting together a form. And we were supposed to do it for a charity. So in this case, I put together this single page form. I was looking to I got inspired by the way type form takes the user through a really clean experience that really utilizes vertical spacing well. So I wanted to create almost like a single page experience for this form as well as you're going through and filling in the details to basically raise funds for this event. So the idea here is that the left-hand side would stay fixed as the user scrolls down the right-hand side. So also took the opportunity to add, form validation decorations here as well. So overall, this found us a really good exercise in practicing some input and form design skills. Yeah, and that's about it. That's the long and short of my experience here. This was great.
Very cool. Look at all that work. Come on. That's really impressive. You can, so again, we've been doing this for a few months, 2 to 3 months. So you can see how much work that we've done together, and how much we've grown together. Like this is incredible. And you already know you're a great designer. Yeah, I want to dive in here a little bit just to just to appreciate a lot of this. Let me get it to where. So this, when this was first shared, we originally had where this background image, let's see if I can turn it off, was not there, right? And but it was already there on some of the bottom parts, okay? It just wasn't here on the top part. And just look at the difference here, right? So this is an app for open houses for a remote first world, okay? And if you look at this, your immediate thought, oh, it's maybe like an Instagram thing, right? Where it's a big, beautiful photo of this house. And once you read the text, you kind of get that maybe it's more of a panable thing or video, or you can, whatever it is. But when you add the context to it, right? Like, where was this image taken? There's probably more of it. You're going to see more of it because it's not just this one photo. It's more of the home, the interior that you're going to see. It just adds that much more context, which helps it have a clear story, right? And that's the whole goal. And that's this whole area, the above the fold area, in within the viewport, above the fold, wherever you want to call it. I'm going to stick to above the fold because it makes sense to me. This area is incredibly important to get people interested in your story to continue on. And you remember, as designers, we are directional people. We direct people through a story, right? We're telling people where to go through clear CTAs, through T's of continuation, through things like that. And T's of continuation can be very simple, like this little emoji sticking out, kind of guiding your eyes down in here. Also the fact that it's, I know it is blurred out, but it's a face with eyes, and as humans are attracted to eye contact, so that helps a little bit too, bringing it down. But even just the purple bar here, which is still above the fold, is teasing some continuation. Now, the same thing I said yesterday in the live design review class. If this bar was white and all you saw was a white little snippet of that bar, and this emoji was not here, it would not be as strong, right, of T's of continuation, which is very important if you want people to come down the page. But the fact that it's color, it's a really unique, nice color, and you've got the emoji, it definitely helps complete that story. These call outs are incredibly beautiful, and look how I have a saying where either do it or don't do it, right? So on the phone here, I like it when people either use the actual Chrome, the actual hardware, or they don't do it at all. Kind of like they don't do it at all, or they create like just like a stroke around it or something, kind of suggesting that it is a phone hardware, right? Now, when you meet in the middle, design opinions is an opinion. When you meet in the middle, I feel like it's just that you're compromising. So it's kind of like, well, is it a real phone? Is it not a real phone? Why is it halfway real, halfway not? It's that confusing part, right? So whenever you're in these instances, either do it or don't. Either make it the hardware or don't make it the hardware, which is what we've done here, and that's why this is so strong. Because you don't have to process that. Is it real? Is it not real? Like, what's going on here? Type thing. It's letting the content that's inside, that's what is inside it, do all the talking, which we can agree is the most important thing. Just everything here is beautiful. The way this is called out, you know, the nice little subtle tilt of the phone. Beautiful lockup here with the text. I mean, just everything here, just really, really, really well done. Let's look at the mobile version. You know, you've got all the important pieces up above the fold, right? This is going to tease continuation, having the nice, beautiful phone hardware phone here. I think the only thing missing here is the added context, right? The background image. But you know, still works, right? But I think that would just add it a little bit more here, just to connect it to the homepage as well. I just want to look at this stuff real quick too. One of the challenges was, okay, design something that's all typography, right? And look at this, you can do it, it works. But you have to think about what? Designing your content. You can't just slap on text, right? You always hear people say, oh, they looks like they just slapped on some text and drew some boxes or whatever, right? No, you design your content. And this is a perfect example of designing your content. Everything here is absolutely beautiful. The whole grid structure and everything that's going on here. You know, we talked about this. This was really cool. You know, practice and a dark UI. We didn't just go straight to like a black color, right? We kind of use like some dark hues of a purple type blend, and it works really well. You know, everything doesn't have to just be white or black, right? You don't have to just go to straight to those colors. You know, you can add interest by simply adding some color to a design, like we've done here. And this one is just, you know, I mean, this is just amazing. So, you know, the thing here was design your content. If you know, we could have went to Unsplash or iStock or somewhere else, or Google Images, right, and found just an image of a lion, a tiger in you know, just somewhere, right? It could have been whatever, and who knows who else used that same image. But instead here, we decided to create our own content, because we all can, right? It's available to us, and you don't have to have, you know, Photoshop or anything like that. You can do that in Figma, obviously in Photoshop. If you do have it, use it. It's very beneficial. But you can do these things in your own design tool that you have available to you. And that's what we've done here. And the beauty of this, also something that's going on here is we're letting the content, we're letting the image do work for us, right? So again, we're attached to eyes, right? And we've got the lion's, I keep saying lion, the tiger's eyes right here, right next to the headline, taking us to the headline, right? And just the way it's framed with the lighting and things. And we've even added our own shadows and overlays here too, to enhance that. it speaks volume that thinking about designing our content, not just putting stuff on a page and hoping it works. We're thinking about every aspect of it. How can we direct people through our design, right? Through the layout, through the interface. And it's things like this, the little details like this that you can do. And just the whole story here is really good. All these little beautiful pieces here. Big block of yellow, to call a lot of attention is really nice. Everything about that is really cool. It just keeps going. There's so much good design here. It's like it never ends. This was I think the first project, right? Yeah, the first project that you did here. And just a very nice simple layout here. I think one of the things at first we were having trouble with the two tabs here. And when you have two tabs, it's very hard to do because which one is selected? I don't know, right? When you have two tabs like this, you have to make sure that it's very clear which one is selected. Like there's no questioning which one is selected. And it's very challenging when you have only two items. So if you absolutely have to have tabs on a scenario like this, make sure the open tab, the one that's out there already, is your most valuable content, because chances are not a lot of people are going to click the other tab, but it's there because you might need it, right? But you just want to make sure that you have your most important content here, and kind of just in case no one ever clicks on this one, but make sure you know which tab is selected there. Great way to show an interface as an example of a product here by just calling out some main features, just pull it out a little bit, add a little shadow. Beautiful, very beautiful. Look at this lockup here, this text lockup, very, very cool. These subtle little things going across the page, right? It doesn't have to just stop here. You can bring it all out. Everything about this. Incredible footer. Footers are the hardest thing in the world to design, in my opinion. Look how beautiful that is. Very simple, right? Oh no, there was another one. It keeps going. Beautiful forms. You saw it when we went over it. The cool thing here is anytime you like ask for people's phone number or something private that's more than an email, tell them why, right? Why do you need my phone number? Oh, here's why, right? Do a little pop-up or something that you can give them some more information. Incredibly important. Just helps people feel a little bit more comfortable, especially in today's world where you just get spammed on the phone a lot. Error states inline, right? When they happen inline right there, so you know where they are. And if you do error states on a form like this long, right? This is showing one that happened in real time. There's a real-time error. Once you hit donate and there was a bunch of errors, you would still highlight all the errors within the input fields, but also a global error, right? And you could do a global error on top and bottom, depending on how you're going to refresh the page when someone hits donate now. You want to make sure your errors are crystal clear. Don't have to go hunting for everything. So yeah. Hey, you're a great designer. Incredible work. It's been such an honor to spend these past few months with you, and really inspiration, big inspiration. So look forward to whatever you got going on in the future, because it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really good. So nice work. Does anybody want to say anything before we move on to somebody else's? Y'all are quiet today. Cool. Well, incredible work. All right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. Sarah.
Sarah. All right, Sarah. I'm going to. Do you want to drive or you want me to drive?
Let's see if I can drive. I'll give it a whirl.
All right. Let's got you highlighted here. And whenever you are ready.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sarah from San Diego. I am a freelance UI designer, and I took this class because I don't have any background in UI. I was a UX designer, but also product management, lots of other things. So I really wanted to work on my UI skills. And this class has been life-changing. Dan is just a phenomenal person, designer, human. This class is great. So I highly recommend it to everybody, no matter what your skill set is. He really helped me kind of unlock what my design style is, which as it turns out is building contextual scenes. So I really like to build the whole environment. And what I have here is my final project. We'll start with that first. I'm really passionate about failure and bringing failure to new light. We often see it as a negative, but in reality, it can really help you build success. So I want to focus on products that, and this product specifically, which helps to track and measure failure. So you can uncover patterns, and then hopefully that will help you document things to build on success. So this whole landing page is focusing on the physical product and the digital dashboard, and then building the scene around it, right? So fail in a new light, bringing in the light to shine on it. You know, we have the dashboard added here so you can kind of see what that might look like. A little bit of tease and continuation with this just peeking up ever so slightly to continue the story. And then just keeping it kind of clean and simple so that you can get a good grasp of what the products will entail without too much, hopefully convincing you to buy them. So built out the dashboard and the book, doing a lot in Photoshop. So that was the landing page, and then also did mobile version. Again, just scale down of that. And then I have a few other projects. So again, like to build scenes. So this was for a concept tequila company, built out these assets in Photoshop, the label and the bottle to kind of bring them into the scene. Wanted to make these feel like they were almost pictures. And so kind of tilted them, fun little play, building in the scenes to really interweave the story so that you get that feel that you kind of really want to enjoy a drink. So I have that, and also the mobile version here. And then the next one was for my takeout of form. So this is for the charity run. And again, just want you to really feel like you're part of the scene every time you land on the page. And so I wanted to have the runners entice you to run, added in the palm trees to give some contextual view here to the whole scene. Added in the dog so you could see that this is for a dog charity, a little bit of information about that. And just wanted to break up the form a little bit. Did add some error states in here, but put in these little runners just to kind of break up the sections and again, help keep it all concise. And also built that out in mobile. Not nearly as fun without the dogs, but it gets it done. And then this was the typography. So I didn't do all black and white. I pulled in a little bit of this blue shadow, but really wanted to focus on that it was about water and felt that added a lot to it. So put in that little pop of blue and then put in the surfboard, cut that out in Photoshop and kind of brought it in and did a bit of editing in Figma as well. I think there's one more. Yeah. And then this one, just a fun landing page. This is actually, I built it out in existence. Lots of communities popping up. And so wanted to help people find them. So I built this little community finder that you could search for communities and just kind of, you know, very quick highlights on what those communities do. But that way you could check them out. That's it.
Very, very, very cool. Very cool. Very cool. All right, I'm gonna take over here. And let's go back over here. All right. Let's start. Let's see. Yeah, let's start here. um, Lots of cool stuff here. I mean, it's been so cool, Sarah, to watch. How much you've not only grown and learned about design in just a short few months, but how you've developed your style too, right? And I think it's very clear what Sarah's style is. And I think the reason it's so clear is because you can tell she's having so much fun designing this stuff. Like, come on, like these scenes here, this is all stuff Sarah designed. You put these scenes together, right? All of these are scenes put together from Sarah, and it's a really interesting story how we got to that point. But we'll save that for something else one other day. But yeah, just look at this. I mean, so one thing I want to bring up is we can all appreciate that this is really nice design. I want to bring up that when Sarah was designing this, is this an image or let's see. Okay, yeah. When Sarah was designing this, we were getting stuck, right? Sarah was getting stuck on, I don't know, like something's it's not quite there, right? And how many of us get to that point where it's like, oh, I don't know, something's not really clicking. Maybe I need to change the whole interface, or maybe I need to just do it a different design, right? Like you get in that moment where you're stuck. Well, it was very clear why Sarah was stuck, and part of the reason was, I'll just do a quick example here. We had that book, the book right here, also was in here. Okay, so imagine this text also being right here. Let's use that real quick. Something like this, kind of like that, right? She had it designed a little bit better than that, but let's do something like that, okay? And when you look at this, part of the reason why Sarah was stuck is because lack of context and not a clear story, right? And it's really, really hard to design something when you don't have a clear story. And when you don't know what your end goal is, you're just putting stuff on a page to hope something happens, right? And then you get into that moment where you got something nice, but then you're stuck. Well, sometimes, I'd say oftentimes, it's because of your content, which is, I mean, arguably the most important part of the whole thing, right? The content, right? That's the beef of the story. So all we did was, okay, well, this is confusing what's here. So we don't need to repeat that twice or actually 3 times. Let's take that off, right? Now we got this big dark screen here. But really what we need to be showing is the product, right? The digital product, right? We've got the book here, but now the digital product. So we added the interface and voila, right? Context. And now we've completed our story, or at least the start of our story that we can continue on. Now it all makes sense. We get it. We see a book. Oh, it's probably some physical object. Then you see a screen. Oh, it's probably some kind of digital aspect to it as well. You've got this beautiful lock up here, and fell in a new light. Sarah is playing on the headline, right? We design our content. We don't just put stuff on the screen. We design our content with a new light. We've got the lights coming from background here. Look at that. That was not a part of the image. We added that on purpose. Sarah added that on purpose. Also, look how light is like in light, right? These subtle little details. That's how you design your content. Just put it there. You continue the story in every little detail you can. And that's why this is working so incredibly well, because it's so crystal clear what is happening here. And then just the way the story is continued, your eyes probably already right here. So let's just drop it down to read the headline right there, right? We don't have to go back and forth over here and, do that. We're already here. So we'll keep our imagery over here, but we'll keep the headline right there at first, right? And then we can knock it out over here. And we've got these two things on the side, very clear buttons here, and really beautiful, beautiful design. This is what it looks like above the fold, right? And look at that. How cool. I think because of the image coming full screen, full bleed of your viewport of your fold, it helps with the tease of continuation, right? But we've added a little extra aspect here with this this element here sticking out, right? Which is part of the design. Now you can imagine if this was a white, let's say this was a white bar. I'm just gonna, it doesn't really come out white. All right, let me draw this in here. Imagine if this was a white bar. Okay, let's say that is white. Does not have the same effect. You think, oh, well, people will know there's something down there. No, not if it's white bar or black bar. I mean, sure, we're all so used to scrolling, we'll scroll. But you really want to tease that continuation, and it can be as simple as that, which does work way more than just a white bar or something like that. And we've got the full bleed image, and we've got, some of this sticking out. The more you can stick stuff like this out, the better. But even just if something like that, maybe, but even just a simple glance at it is strong. Okay. You just want to always keep in mind the tease of continuation on almost everything. We've got a mobile version here. And you can see that the design still works, right? It still gets framed in there. We could have potentially spaced things out a little bit stronger vertically. But you can see how the design kind of comes across over here. This one, the No Socks Tequila, this is kind of where it all started, right? Where I was like, this is so much fun. This is what I want to do. Design my own scene kind of thing. I think someone in the chat just said, it's like you design, you could design interior spaces or something like that, right? Totally. I mean, this stuff is so cool. So Sarah, put the scene together, put the bottles of tequila on here, and we'll save this story for another day on how we got to this point. Beautiful headline, and you can see kind of similar to this, right? We've got a clear style, very simple structure, but beautiful environmental design, imagery and content. This could have been a regular photo, just kind of regular square, but we added a little interest, tilted it. We didn't halfway tilt it. We tilted it, right? We did it. We didn't, it was that don't do it or don't moment. So that works well. This is one of those instances where it's so close to that edge. We could have probably brought it up more or considered bringing it down a little bit more, just to either do it or don't as well in that area too. Because when you, is that where it was? Yeah. So when you're in these environments, or when you're designing and you have little things like this that happen, right? Sometimes you can't avoid it, okay? Responsiveness and whatnot. But when you can avoid it, you think about things like, look how much smoother this feels space-wise, right? And then this, you're kind of like, imagine, I'll keep telling the story. Imagine if you're kayaking with a bunch of friends, right? You're out on the lake, you're kayaking, you're having a good time, and you're about 10 people deep, right? Well, now you got to go single file, and you can't go kayaking with your friends because there's not enough room to go kayaking with your friends. We want to go kayaking with our friends, okay? So when you see these things, like, can I go kayaking with my friends, or am I going solo today? Let's go kayaking with some friends, okay? And thinking that way, what do we used to call them in design school? Rivers. Maybe y'all have heard of rivers. If probably some of you editorial designers, rivers, within the text and things like that. Same with spacing on imagery and all your content that you're laying out. Think about things like that. Just continue a story down here, and pulling the bottles down here. I mean, a lot of really cool stuff going on here. Look at the above the fold. This tease a continuation here. I mean, you're gonna want to click. Gonna want to scroll down. You're gonna want to. Beautiful mobile. Look at it here, and the charity run thing was a lot of fun. Let's see. We've got the beach runners here. Sarah added some palm trees for some added drama. And I think it works really well, right? We didn't have to just resort to this photo. We can add to it. I wish there were some palm trees there, but I don't know how to do it, so I'm not going to do it. Plop it in there, right? It's not that hard, especially once you see it done once. You're like, oh, and it changes your way of thinking, and that's what we want. We want to change our way of thinking for moments where we get stuck. Like, what? Why is this not working? Oh, I need to think about designing my content, right? So a lot of cool things happening here. We've got the runners coming across. Your sponsored logos are on top above the folds where you would want them. Teasing continuation, like if this was the fold here. I mean, teasing continuation with the form field, the photo, and the headline, like all kind of ways, right? There's no missing to scroll on this thing. And I love how the registration form is right there, ready to go. Like, I mean, get the business, right? It's there. That's what we want. It's vertical in line. You don't want, usually, design opinion, for the most part, you don't want input fields that are like all horizontal, like input, and then down next level, input. That's really hard to go through. Horizontal stuff in general is hard to go through. So when you have a lot of content, a lot of things, especially if you have to action things that you have to do, vertical, right? It's just simpler. It's easy to scan down a list as opposed to scanning horizontally up, back and forth. We added a little bit of interest, tilting the images. I mean, it's amazing what just tilting an image will do. And just look how beautiful this story is told. Left to right, kind of go right to left with the photos, and it kind of switches back and forth, and just this little area. It's so well done. The footer might be too light. Just notice that might be too light, but it's well laid out. I like the design a lot. We might just want to beef it up a little bit, I think the accessibility part is missing right there. I mean, it's so good. And look how well that's going to convert to mobile, right? I mean, just like right there. So good. There's above the fold part right there. You can tell. And there's the mobile stuff, of course. See how good that is. This was the challenge to, hey, design a landing page with all text, right? And you could use a photo in the background if some of you want to, but just use text. It's a very good challenge. I hope everyone has a moment to do it. You learn a lot. And what is one of the most, if not the important parts of design is typography. If you can't get typography, that's what you need to focus on. Typography makes or breaks a design for sure. Absolutely. Vertical spacing, your widows, your hard returns, even the typeface choice, everything, contrast. So that was the goal here, to do one with all text and just beautifully laid out, really great line spacing and vertical spacing absolutely everywhere. Wrapping the surfboard here, really cool stuff. And then the community finder page here, very simple, straightforward design, and clear style with the illustrations and the proper colors, calling your attention to certain areas. I mean, this is exactly what you want. You can tell above the fold probably has about everything you would want in it. right? Shout out to Pablo Stanley for the illustrations here. Yeah, I mean, so much cool stuff, Sarah. Oh, there's more. No, that's Shy's. Okay. I mean, so cool. Yeah. Anyone have anything to say about Sarah's stuff before we cruise along? Y'all are so quiet. Usually, I'm telling you, usually I can't get these people to stop talking. I promise. Okay. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Nice work, Sarah. Very, very cool. Who wants to go next? Or do we have
I think I'm the one left. Not sure. Maybe there's someone else as well. It's Marco. Yeah. Okay.
do you want to
Do you
drive?
want to?
I'm gonna turn
Yeah. I will do. I will
Okay.
take care of that. I see the grid on your monitor, but I don't see on mine. But that's fine.
I got it off.
Yeah, that's cool. So hey everyone. I'm Marco. I'm based in Serbia. I've been working with clients internationally for like 6+ years, and mostly like working with startups and medium or big companies, just depending. I'm mostly doing like websites, landing pages, as well as web apps and some of the mobile stuff as well. And I joined the UI class and working with them on some mentorship stuff. And I mean, I saw that as an opportunity. So I wanted to go all in, which was really fun thing to do. Like in the UI class, just going on like side projects, creating like new stuff from zero, or just like taking care of some of my client projects as well with the Dan was really fun thing to do. And also the community thing, the mentorship, I found everyone just joining and including in conversations there, and also like seeing just so many opportunities come from there. So regarding what we have here as a design, some of these are like side projects that we've been creating in UI class, and some of these are I think mine kind of like side projects. So the first thing we got here is actually Watercard. This is kind of like the latest project, like the final one that I picked. And I was just like hustling with this like through nights. So it was kind of like just a fun thing to do, I think. And I didn't have time to explore some of the solutions that I wanted to, but actually I like that because it just kept me like going and focusing on like what's most important. So overall, some of you might be familiar with the brief of the water card. Basically, that's the card that actually matches your, like you would take the card, and every purchase you make, some percentage of that would go to charity for bringing clean waters and serving some of the locations around the world. And also the company water card would match that percentage and just double down that. So first thing we have is actually the main screen of the app that I wanted to do. And this is the web app. So basically how I was thinking about that is the company is kind of like, from the brief, we could understand that we want to aim towards something like happy, interesting, funny, but still keeping it like people, like just getting people to want the card and just providing some interesting experience there, because the whole idea is super fun and like super helpful for people. So just like having that friendly approach is where I was aiming with this. So how I was thinking is actually having like just a few screens within the whole app. So basically at the top, we have this dashboard thing, and then we have profile in the card. So basically everything you want, like settings and things like that, it would go under profile and card. But for the dashboard, we have like easily previewable, like the balance, because people should be able to preview their current balance through the app. And also they can set the percentage, how much percentage they want to have with each of the purchases. So basically that's how we allow them to like change at any time. And also they can pause donating if they just want to go like without donating for a certain amount of, for some period of time. After that, we just have like clean preview like of how much clean water you have provided so far. So kind of like just having 1.2 liters so far. And also we have like this simple chart there that you can like just go something like along the lines of the Google like currency when you're previewing like the currency number like USD or whatever, just a simple chart where you actually can filter like daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, or in total, and just like have the date and how much you spent and how much actually went from these like dollars to actually water, how much you actually donated at that particular day. So that was the idea for this, just keeping it friendly, but still super, I would say, basic, but on the other hand, having like strong visual direction within the regarding the web app. And then we're moving towards like the landing page that I did, where we had to make like this card, and also just having the similar vibe and visual direction where we had that friendly approach, but still having kind of like mix of this photography and also the look of the card, just trying to drive that kind of like driving that momentum and keeping people, hey, this is actually how the card look, just visually representing that. Some of the content I wrote, some of the content is from Dan actually, and just from the top we are actually having this also like drop symbol, just keeping it a bit more interesting there and keeping it along the lines of the water, so bringing more clear water with you, kind of like just having some focus on actually you within like water card company, kind of like a simple explanations at the top, just what we do and what the card is. Overall mission, just how we kind of like think and about this and what we want people to do. We have locations. So basically this is the kind of like world map where you can hover each of the locations we're actually serving at the moment, and you can just see like how much liters we have been providing, and you can just click and pick right from there like this particular country, just start donating, because you would actually kind of like pick to which country you want to donate. So basically this is kind of like you can actually pick right from the map. Also like a number of total liters we're like serving at the moment. Then we have this call to action thing, and also like bringing again look at the card along with the like the quote from our CEO, who is Dan in this case. And then we have kind of like this section where I wanted to actually bring some of the people from those countries, kind of like just doing that, providing that like that we providing like the proof that we actually are donating to those people, and that we are actually making the impact, kind of like just having that representation. And then we have this latest section, just again kind of like a call to action along like with some photo of the nature, and just bringing that like visually that vibe of like nature, water, and our card mixing within one section. And then we have a simple footer, which is pretty like basic, simple, just keeping some of the links there. So that's it regarding this page. So these are the two things that I have picked to do for like the final project. And like, yeah, the main web screen and also the landing page. Then we are moving towards something from the UI class. So I had this idea to just redesign the Chris Do book landing page that's already like available on the internet, but I just wanted to give it kind of like a slightly different look to see how it looks. I really like the product photography, and it was just great thing to work with, just edit, have fun. So basically what we did here is just like put the book in focus, just like using those beautiful photography and having fun with that. Also like having a few sentences about the book, what the focus of the book is, what you can find in the book, and also like enabling you to select like from the very top, like what type of book do you want. Then we have a crisp photo along with some small like text. And then we have, this is kind of like a community thing, and the below part of this is still to be done, but I just wanted to share. I thought it's interesting to be shared. So from here, we're actually including like how people are reading, just photography from social media, having that momentum, like showing the momentum of the book, and like just buying from all around the world, and just having like community included, because the future and the is kind of like just all about community. So that's we wanted to emphasize in this section. Then we have this kind of like or something. This was my idea for like we had a task of like doing 95% typography like web page. So I thought maybe, because I was interested and I like the look of the BWM3. So basically, I just wanted to make something around that. So what I did is just kind of like trying to emphasize that older like look of the car, but still having like the focus on the typography. So like this is all, I think, one font. Maybe for paragraphs, I've been using the second type of font face, but I just wanted to keep it like clean, just manipulating with different sizes of the fonts, but still kind of like keeping it simple along the black and white color lines. And yeah, that's also like adding some of the details from the dance vector package, which is always useful on every type of work. So I just love using those. This is the web app. So it was my idea for like having a clear preview of your current state, or just your collaboration with your dentist, like what's your status at the moment, and just having like latest updates from the dentist assistant or anything, but just a simple app where you can see the most necessary things. Like you personally, I don't want to see like anything that is like not that much of a priority, or just like is making me like nervous or anything. I just wanted to have like straight to the point. Well, how's the situations with the teeth, and also like just some of the updates when I can schedule the appointment. So what we have here is just a simple centered like grid, and also like your update from the assistant that you had 2 urgent teeth like waiting to be treated, and then you can just schedule your next appointment right from there. So that was the idea for the app, and also like just keeping everything like along those gray lines with with these purple like UI elements, that these are actually symbolizing more urgent like treatments, as we are saying in this text here. So that was the idea for this. And also with those UI elements, the idea for this was to like point in which place of your mount is like actually this teeth. So basically it's like upper left 6, so it's pointing to up. This fire symbol is actually the urgency symbol. That was the idea for that and solution. And then we have this landing page. So basically, I had idea to just revamp this landing page. Some of you may be familiar with the like one plus with the how the podcast is called actually, like My First Million, I think. So the Shan got this like course page. So basically he's teaching people how to actually like go from zero and just showing each of the steps from the process of building the company or the startup. And then we wanted to have just kind of like give it a quick like refreshed look, which just pointing out some more important stuff and like just having like his photo and some of the video stuff at the top, and just bringing a more cleaner, I think, look to everything, having some sort of the conversation, why he started this thing, this course, and just showing like in a bit different way, but still keeping the content same as the content was already great on the current page. And yeah, that was the idea. And here's like before after thing. Then we had, this was client work, I think. So basically Dan just jumped and just provided some of the feedback. So it was super fun to work on this project. Basically, this is the landing page that they had at the moment. So what we did is actually kind of like just bring some of the UI elements more prominent, again, cleaning things up, having like easier to preview video explainer at the top, and also like because people are going to land on this page from the social media things, we just wanted to have this like sign up form in focus. So basically the thing about this landing page, they provide like you with a lawyer. You can just buy the card and call the lawyer. So basically here are some of the explanation how it works. And what I was trying here is actually just like having content, because they got a lot of content. I just wanted to have like some of the UI elements support this content and not. So we got some of the customer testimonials, and yeah, just having like their brand implemented, but still having like just cleaning up throughout the whole page. So yeah, this is actually before and after. So yeah, this is actually what I wanted to share today. Some of these are done, some of these are like still in progress, like Chris one. But yeah, that's it.
Very cool, very cool, very cool. Marco, you done so much cool stuff here, man. And you've been busy this whole time too, like just cranking on all kinds of work, which is impressive that you still have been able to do this amount of, practice work, right? As well. So kudos to you for all that hard work. Marco has a really interesting story to where he's been in my mentorship for 3 or 4 months. I don't even know how long it's been. 3 or 4 months, something like that. And it was a little dry season for all of us. And I was like, Marco, he's like, I want to get some more work. It's like, dude, just every day put something out there, put some work out there, and just see what happens. What's the worst that's going to happen? But I guarantee you, people are going to see it, and that's how you're going to get more work right now. Like the moment you stop sharing work is the moment the work stops coming in. So Marco started just designing some of the stuff on his own and putting it out there, and like constantly, like twice a day or every day, and then just he got bombarded with work. And just got so slammed on so many things, which was really cool. So yeah, it was just a little quick lesson on keep sharing your work, put it out there. If work is slowing down, keep letting people know you exist, right?
Even though it's hard.
It is hard. It's very hard. And you got to stick with it. Consistency, right? And keep
even
that
harder.
Consistency and momentum. Once you lose that momentum, I mean, you got to ramp that back up, right? That's where consistency gets hard. You keep that momentum going, especially early on. Find a rhythm, but it definitely is hard. So a lot of beautiful stuff going on here. You're a great designer. So many cool things. Beautiful layout here. Really like this layout. I love that the card isn't blue. I actually am a huge fan of that, right? Because it's like immediately what you would think. Oh, let's make a water blue. Yeah, sure. Which is fine if you do that. But I appreciate that it's not, right? It's a nice, it's a very welcoming thing. Great lock up here. Really enjoy this lock up here. Love this asset here. That typography, where you've got this. Only thing I would consider is, remember, we think in lockups, everything's our lockups. So having the spacing a little bit stronger from the donate button, it's starting to separate the lockup a little bit, right? So just knocking that up a little bit, right? And that's a design opinion. We don't have to do that. It's perfectly fine the way Marco has it. I just like things to be a little closer to lockup. I think in lockups, in terms of lockups. So I like things to be connected. Love this little subtle detail here. I mean, that's just nice, right? Adds a little interest there. Nice tease of continuation by opening that up. Imagine if the page was like that, you still get some really nice continuation there. Lots of really good typography here. Showing the cards again. This is beautiful right here. Absolutely beautiful. And really nice layout here. I mean, all kinds of good stuff going on, right? Let's see here. Really like this book layout here. By the way, this is a real book. So what is it? thefuture.is or is there a URL for this book?
Just look it up.
Chris Doe's pocket full of
Yeah.
Dough. I think
Invite.
I think it's available. So Marco's doing like just an example of that, because it just was inspired to do that. And what I really like here is that there's originally, so there was imagine if this was pulled out all the way here, right? And we only had one of these, and there's a drop down menu, and the drop down menu had ebook, drop down menu had print edition, PDF, and input 3. And I think maybe audiobook and ebook was pre-selected, right? So when you see that, you would be like, okay, there's an audio and ebook. But what if you wanted the PDF? What if you wanted the print edition? What if you wanted the MP3 specifically? But because it was hidden behind a drop down, it didn't fully tell the whole story. And since there's only 4 items, like we could tell that story right away. So Marco broke it out into the 4 elements, and that you can clearly see what's available, right, in a glance, which is really, really cool. It's a nice little trick there. Just not incredible lockups here. Look at this text here, how we Chris has cut out and got this little blue element. It's all coming together really nicely. I like how the blue element is not yellow. Just highlight something different. It's highlighting Chris a little bit more. Beautiful community area here, and this is just really, really nice design. Challenge here, all text, right? Makes of us, or not all text, but majority text. And the goal was to keep it black and white too, and that's what we've done here. So just practice with typography, right? And the only thing that stands out here, and I knew, Marco, I was hoping you would do something that did not have one, but I knew you would, because it's your favorite thing, the widow. Oh, it went away when I clicked on it. What happened? That's a magic trick. I got a button that says get rid of widows. Did y'all see that?
Let me see if I saw that.
There it is. Look at that. Watch it. Watch this magic. Okay, watch. Bam.
I don't see it.
It's like, no, that was not there. It's just kind of high.
Yeah.
So,
I had to just. Yeah.
But really, really nice design. This one was. Oh, sorry, I had that green up the whole time. For some reason, I thought that was you having it up. really nice design. This is one of the first ones that we kind of worked on, and one of the ones that was put on Dribble and Twitter and things to help get some eyeballs on Marco's work, and worked really well, right? And at first, these things were red.
Yeah.
For that. But what does that make you think, right? Teeth, dentist, red, no blood. No, a lot of us are cringy of the dentist. So we keep it in that same world, right? And we kind of brought it out purple, softened that up a little bit, and it works incredibly well. So when you use colors like red, just be careful. It's a very strong color that has a very strong opinions related to that color. So just be careful with that. This was a really nice design here. I like how 1 million is called out, connecting you to the enroll today. That's a lot of people are going to see that and be like, oh yeah, I want to learn how to make $1 million, and they'll connect that with the CTA there. Just telling the story through that is really cool. This is what you did for a client, right? How you walk through this thing was really cool. Just a very simple landing page that works really effectively. Yeah, lots of cool stuff, Marco. Yeah, you're talented. It's been cool to see not only you evolve as a designer, even more than you already were in these past few months, but business-wise, career-wise, we've worked together a lot, Marco and I, on his business and things like that, and it's really cool to see how much growth has been there. So, anyone want to say anything before we? I think Shai's here, and we'll go get to Shai's. And I think that's the last one. Oh, cool. Well done, Marco. Well done.
Thank you, Dan. It was fun.
Right on. All right. Shai, are you here? Are you hearing your microphone's off? Let's see. I can't see the participants. Is she not here? Okay. No worries. What was that? Okay. I'll save hers for an individual presentation. So I want her to talk through it. So a lot of really nice stuff here. I mean, it's just it's a big honor to see to have this class and to work with y'all over the past few months, and just to see where you started and where you are now, and how all of your careers have grown already and will continue to grow. So anything you want to chat about? Actually, I want to ask y'all, what are just whoever wants to speak up, what are the top couple things that you've taken away from here, that you've learned the most, that you've already seen really affect the way you've been designing? Is there anything that really stands out?
I think for me, the big thing was just developing confidence, I guess. And mostly because in my previous design projects or work, I've been working with very tight constraints, and so never really explored stretching my creativity and just having fun with design, I guess. And so I think this class gave me that opportunity to do that, to stretch myself, try different techniques and things, and picked up a lot of great little, tips and tricks from you and the gang on just how to tighten things up, being more detail oriented. And I think all that just helped myself be a more confident, stronger designer, to be honest.
Yeah, cool. Right on. That's really cool to hear. What else? What else we got?
For me, it was typography is key, and you just need to master that first. And just tiny details make a big difference. Every time one of those tiny details is changed, it's amazing how much your design can change. Yeah. So
Yeah, it's so true. I think typography is, unfortunately so overlooked, and is like the number one thing. I mean, we can't say it loud enough. It is the number one thing. If you have bad type, it's broken, right? It does not work. And the number one way to stand out as a UI designer, as someone that's more experienced, even though you might not be as experienced, but to come across as more experienced, is to have incredible solid type, right? And the only way you're going to do that is to practice. You can see it over and over again. Oh yeah, vertical spacing. Yeah, sure. Hard returns. Yeah, get it. Yeah. Widows. Yeah. We got this. Contrast. Sure. Well, yeah, whatever. No, not until you do it several times will you get it. So I encourage all of you to keep practicing your typography. Go look at some magazine articles, right? Some magazine article, editorial type stuff, and just take a look, right? See what they're doing. You don't have to get all your inspiration from other websites and things like that. I encourage you to get it elsewhere as opposed to other things. What was the other one you said? The small details. Yes, one of my two favorite sayings. A lot of small details equal one big detail, right? And we're not trying to be perfect. Nothing's perfect. Nobody's perfect. No design is perfect. Design is alive. It's always there. It can change at any moment, right? It's never done. It's always alive, changing, whatever. But I lost my train of thought. But yes. But the more small details that you have that are off, right? It's really going to start to mess up the whole design. So the more you can fix these small details, not trying to be perfect, the more you can fix the small details, the more it's going to turn into one massive detail that was fixed, and it will change the whole design. It'll start to look cleaner, start to make more sense. Your stories you'll start to have good lockups and all kinds of things, which is what we want. Because people can get distracted quickly over one small detail that is missed a lot in a lot of different places. That's a good one. One other thing? Anything else?
What Ali and Sarah said definitely went for me too. But also just as a developer, I very rarely get to spend much time in kind of design tools. So now I've suddenly got a lot more confidence knowing my way around Figma. Whereas before it'd be just spend 10 minutes in Sketch and that would be it. But yes, that's helped a lot.
Very cool. Awesome. Yeah, just practicing, right? Just getting that experience in there. That's what it takes. And doing that, the more you do that, just like the more you get on a stage to talk to people, the more you talk on camera to people, the more you do whatever, you're going to get better and you're going to get more confident. And you start to realize that, oh, I can design, right? Mark, you can design. So now not only are you getting to practice it to become stronger, but you're starting to see it for yourself. And that's giving you a lot more confidence too, because you are a really good designer. And now you're going to be very dangerous because you can design and code, which is a really strong combination. So that's really cool. Cool. Well, thank you all for the past few months that we've been together, hanging out, and just having some fun together. Continue to hang out in Slack and be a part of the community that we got going on here, and all the friendships and stuff. And I look forward to just seeing what all y'all continue to do in the future. all this is credit to y'all for all the hard work that you've been doing. So hopefully you're all pretty stoked on what you've accomplished over this little bit. I know I'm stoked for y'all. I mean, I'm pretty excited. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. And I'm sure we'll keep chatting through Slack and stuff like that on the Twitter sphere. Yeah.
Yep. Sounds good, Dan. Thanks so much. It's an honor.
Yeah, you bet. Same here. All right. I will talk to y'all later, okay? We are signing off.
This was great.
Yeah,
Thanks,
guys.
then.
All right. See you guys. Y'all take care.
Yeah. See ya. Bye-bye.